Well, good afternoon my friends, and happy Monday, and welcome to Vlogmas day 12, and I hope you're doing well. So today the plan is to baste and possibly start quilting my lovely Christmas hexy flowers quilt that I finished piecing together yesterday. I've just pieced together the backing. Ta-da! Is this the side that's been pieced? Yes. Can you tell? Because I didn't pattern match, because I ain't got time for that. There's a line right here that matches the two pieces together. You can't tell because the print is so busy, which I love. Yeah, I wasn't going to pattern match that. No way. Who has time to do that? Who has the patience to do that? So now I'm just giving it a good press with the iron, and we'll get set up for basting. This quilt hopefully shouldn't take as long as my Quilty Trees quilt to quilt. I have to say that quite slow because that's hard to say. I say that because this one is smaller. It's not as big as Quilty Trees. And I don't think I'm going to do such intricate quilting. I think with this one I'm just going to go really casual, really relaxed. I'm not going to be so precise as I was with the quilting of Quilty Trees. Although in saying that, I still can't make up my mind how I want to quilt this one. I'm thinking either just a really basic crisscross design, just doing like a line through each block to then create just a crisscross, or just doing really random lines, which I actually did for my other hexy flower quilt that's on my bed, which is one of my favorite quilts I've ever made. With that one I just did really random lines and it turned out really well. So I don't know whether to do that or just to do crisscrossies. I don't know. In good news today, I actually officially finished my Quilty Trees quilt. I spent some time this morning just hand stitching the labels on, and yeah, the quilt is now officially finished. Later on tonight I'll pop it all on my bed, or like officially and stuff, but I very much doubt that I'll actually like use it because it's quite warm, and you know it's too hot to have quilt on at night at the moment. This quilt backing is so much fun. I love it. It reminds me of A Muppet Christmas Carol with Scrooge saying "Bah humbug." I'm pretty sure he says that. And if you haven't seen A Muppet Christmas Carol, then you're missing out. It's one of the best Christmas movies ever. If you have Disney Plus or have the ability or means to stream or watch Muppet Christmas Carol, it's a high recommend for me. Go watch it. It's great. Do I need to give this another press? I think we're okay. Alright, let's get basting. This is my basting spray of choice. It is by Helma. It is the 101 Quilt Basting Spray. Really good. And of course the batting that I will be using is the same I used for my Quilty Trees quilt, and it is the Legacy batting I got from Spotlight, and this one is Bamboo Cotton Blend. And it was lovely to use on my Quilty Trees quilt. It's just lovely, lovely stuff. So I recommend to use this too. So happy days, quilt is all basted and I am about to have dinner. So I think we're going to do a lovely evening quilting sewing sesh. And I also managed to figure out how I'm going to quilt it. I'm very excited to show you and tell you all about it. And I think it's going to look good. It's going to really emphasize the hexy flowers, which is exactly what I wanted. But right now it is dinner time. Right, okay my friends, I think I'm ready to quilt. My machine is all set up. I've changed all of the things I need to change, like a walking foot. I've adjusted the pressure of the foot, and I've also adjusted the stitch length. When you're doing just normal everyday sewing, it's usually recommended that you have a stitch length of 2.5, but for quilting I like to put it on about a 3. It just gives you just a slightly longer stitch and I don't know, you kind of just get through your quilting quicker because the stitch length's longer. That's my excuse anyway. So I think I'm ready to go. The design I've chosen to do is to stitch a line along either side of the seam line, and I feel like by doing that it's going to kind of frame each hexie in on their block and sort of really make them sort of like stand out. So I think that will work and should look like really quite classic and lovely. I really didn't want to quilt through the hexies. I've done that once, I loved it, but with this one I kind of just want the hexies to be like front and center. I got my handy Fons and Porter gloves. I love these gloves. They just make gripping the quilt so much easier. They're nice and comfy, and yeah, they're just great. I love them. So I'm gonna pop on some good music. I should have done that before I put my gloves on, because now I'm gonna have to take them off so I can open my phone. Well, happy days, my friends. The first direction of quilting is finished. It's one of the things I love most about this design. It's just so quick. But this is the idea that I was talking about. It's just a line on either side of the seam, and it just gives you that really nice sort of framed effect. So now I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other direction. Oh, I need to cut that off. And then we'll definitely see that kind of frame effect sort of happen around the hexies. I think in very, very happy news, I will definitely get all of the quilting finished tonight. I think definitely within the next 20 minutes, half an hour, all the quilting will be finished. Wow, what a luxury. So I'll definitely get the quilting finished tonight, and when I do, I'll see how I'm feeling and we'll either do the binding today or tomorrow. As I was quilting it, I was thinking I need to do a label. I don't really have enough Christmas hexies. I purposely made enough just for this quilt, so I might have to raid my normal stash of pre-basted hexies for like Christmassy kind of colours. And yeah, just quickly make up a hexie flower. But anyway, let's finish quilting this quilt because it's gonna happen tonight, 100%. Alright, my friends, happy days. The quilting is all finished, and like predicted, it took me about half an hour to finish the other side, so pretty much an hour all up to quilt this quilt. How good is that? I'm loving it. But I must admit, it is a very simple, very quick quilting design, so that's why it only took me an hour to do. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. There are a couple of little puckers and tucks just near where seams sort of like collide, but I might be able to iron them out. But at the same time, you know, who cares? It is what it is. So there's the effect from sort of far away. You can't really quite tell. It does still need a bit of an iron. But yeah, that's the sort of thing we were going for. All I did was just put the edge of the foot up against the seam line on either side. I have a walking foot that's even on both sides, so I can put the seam on either side and it will still sort of sew the same sort of width. And yeah, that's the result that it gave me, and I'm very happy with it. It's just simple, classic, and I like how it doesn't take away from like the busyness, craziness of the hexies and all of the block sort of foundations. But yeah, I like it. I'm going to hold it up so you can have a little bit more of a look at what it looks like. I gotta try and work around the dog. He's here at my feet. There we go. Can you tell? I have no idea because I can't see in the screen. But hopefully you can kind of see the quilting lines. Maybe not, who knows. So yeah, just really nice, simple, classic, looks pretty neat. You know, again, I'm not a machine, I'm only human, and I've done the best job that I possibly can do, and that's all that matters. I possibly won't do the binding tonight. I might prep it so that it's ready to be sewn on the quilt tomorrow, and I think I'll do the same method as I did with my Quilty Trees quilt and just attach both sides by machine because it's very quick. You know guys, I could be, you know, leaning towards a conversion to machine binding, like doing both sides by the machine. Usually I love to hand sew it because time is limited during Vlogmas. I think by machine is best, but other times if I've got the time I'll sew it by hand. I think that's a good sort of rule because I love putting binding on by hand. It's just such a nice relaxing thing to do. Yeah, but for this quilt we'll machine bind all of it. Alright my friends, it has come to that time of the day where it's time to do Advent. So I think we'll do labels first today. I can't remember, did we do labels first yesterday? I don't know, I can't remember. All the days are beginning to blur. All I know is that we are up to day 13. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, it's up the top here. Day 13 is a pair of socks. Okay, so let's open this one. Let's have a look. Oh, I see pink underneath the paper. Pink is my favorite color. Ooh, what does that say? Oh, okay. Here are our lovely little labels. They say mwah, you know, like a kiss kind of thing. And then it's just exactly the same on the other side. I especially love the colors of these labels today. They are so pretty. I'm beginning to feel like a bit of a broken record. Labels in the tin. See you tomorrow. How are you all not sick of me yet? I feel like I just do the same thing every day, but you still watch and leave lovely messages and just brighten my day. Let's move on to fabric. Today we are up to day 12 in this one. Day 12. And a reminder of what we have got already. Lovely. Let's see what we've got to add to this delicious pile of fabric goodness. Ooh, it's another floral. It's a pretty one. I've seen this one on the Stitch Saloon website and I was like, and I really wanted it. And now I got it. Oh my gosh, I don't have information on this one, but I do know that it's a Rifle Paper Co. fabric and it's beautiful. It's florals and it's got little butterflies on it, and look at those pink little flowers. It's just divine. I love it. That just goes so nicely with this pile. Let's pop it on. Oh yes. So that's what it's looking like with the rest of the fabrics. Lovely. I love it. I can't believe I've got that fabric. It's so pretty. I'm giddy with excitement. I love that fabric, just brings me so much joy. Oh dear. That honestly has made my day, and the bundle is just looking so lovely. I mean, look at it all in there. It's like so nice. Oh, oh, there is a tiny little spider on my desk. I'm sorry friend, I am about to kill you. You should not have crossed my path. Ew. Spider. Anyway, sorry for showing you a dead insect. I don't do spiders and bugs, so it's not welcome. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. It's been a very successful day in the sewing room, and tomorrow we will definitely have the hexy flower quilt finished. I must remember that I need to make a label tomorrow as well. Oh, I should show you the finished label from my Quilty Trees quilt because I finished that today. I'll be right back. Here is my beautiful quilt, and now I actually have to find the corner that the label is actually in. It's just so much fabric. Here it is. So it's all been hand sewn into place just using a really nice buttonhole or blanket stitch. But yeah, all finished. My very first Christmas quilt is all complete and I'm just so happy about it. As always, my friends, thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you're all having a lovely Monday and I'll see you all again tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 13. Bye bye!